Well, hello, anyone that happens to be out there. I almost killed notice it was quarter till, and the time I said I'd be on. Let me turn down so I don't hear my own echo. Anyhow, as I said in the little teaser, I'm here to defend a guy that literally nobody can stand. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to play with the lighting to see if I can ever make this look decent. Without having to spend a lot of money on lights because I'm a cheap bastard. Anyhow, so I'm going to chat about Chilito again because he is being treated a bit unfairly. The guy put up a video titled The Best Audit Ever, and he's taken some flack for that. Well, because it's clearly not the best audit ever. And when I've heard audit, it is people going out, shoving cameras in the faces of cops, making asses of themselves, generally making the cops' jobs more difficult. That's the typical auditor, quote, First Amendment auditor, or just auditor in general on YouTube. That's what they do. They go out, they make asses of themselves, and they're just doing it for clicks and likes and views from their audience. And Chilito's audits are not much different most of the time. It depends. It depends on what he thinks he is trying to go for with his audience. He goes back and forth. Sometimes he is polite to the cops. Sometimes he's a complete jackass. And he hams it up when he thinks others are around, as he does in a video that I'm also linking to below, which I'll touch on. But back to the main topic. Chilito on his DeleteLawz channel posted a video titled Best Audit Ever. And I saw some people talking smack about that it couldn't possibly be the best audit ever, that he doesn't do anything new, and it just wasn't all that good. Yeah, it really isn't all that good because it's your standard bullshit sort of, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get in cops' faces and try to force confrontation. And then he puts up his scholarship on the screen as he is engaging with the police to sort of educate you about, the viewer, educate you about your rights under the law. You know, I mean, that's not all bad. That's not all bad. You want to check everything that this gentleman says in his videos and just in his community page, wherever else. But as far as that goes, it's just some foolishness, frankly. But the main subject is title of his video, Best Audit Ever. He is saying, in his opinion, that it was the best audit ever for him. It's like me saying, I've had the best day ever, or that was the best sandwich ever, or this is the best cup of coffee ever. Oh, okay. That was an inadvertent product placement there. Please don't sue me, Bones Coffee. I do love your stuff. I didn't mean to put your logo on there without me commenting on your stuff. Especially a video like this. I'm not saying that this is the best cup of coffee that anyone has ever had or ever existed in the history of the universe. I am just saying that it's the best cup of coffee I've ever had. And frankly, I'll say that probably 2 days later. Best cup of coffee I've ever had. It's hyperbole. And you got to expect hyperbole from somebody like Chilito because he does it all the time about everything. I mean, this is the guy that has declared himself the most powerful force in the universe. Criticize him for what really he should be criticized for, not hyperbolic video titles. He thinks it's the best audit ever. Okay, good on him. Now, You can go look at it. You can decide whether it's the best audit ever. I don't think so, because in my opinion, if you're going to quote audit, you should be as unobtrusive as possible. You should document what's going on. You should not make yourself, you should not insert yourself into the situation. I work near and occasionally in government buildings. I have seen the auditors roaming around, and I saw, well, let me rephrase that. I have seen videos they've made. I haven't actually, yeah, that was the cat that jumped up there. I have not seen them actually in the buildings personally, but I've seen their videos. And there's one guy who did what, if they really wanted to do a public service, they really wanted to make sure people's rights are being respected, he did it right. He had his camera, he walked around, he observed what the officials were doing, and then he went home and analyzed his tape and commented on it. Actually, I think he did live commentary, but regardless, he audited for real. He didn't try to make himself a spectacle. He didn't try to make himself the story. Didn't try to make up a story as what was going on either. And you will see that that's what Chilito does, including in his best audit ever video. And where you can see it even more clearly is his encounter with another First Amendment auditor, where, by all accounts, he was being somewhat respectful of the cops, being quiet, mostly hanging back, until he said, "Oh, good, camera, ooh, 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 ooh." And then he starts making a spectacle of himself, including inserting himself into the other guy's audit and other guy's situation that he was out there kind of covering. I have gone ahead and linked to, there's a channel run by a guy called Irish Demon. He reports on that encounter between Chilito and another auditor who is SVG, I think, who actually early in the video seems like, okay, the guy is doing it properly, but then either because of he needs to try to match Chilito's antics or because he is really just an asshole, he starts just being rude for the sake of being rude. Although there also is a hilarious encounter where he seems like he wants to interview a sergeant on scene, a sheriff's department sergeant on scene, and then she starts plugging LA County's sheriff's department or her own YouTube channel or Twitter or something. It was hard to tell because he was talking over her, because God forbid that that she tell people where they can get information, and may not be unbiased, but it will certainly be the other side of what is being presented by SVG and Chilito. But just for fun, I linked to the Sheriff's Department's YouTube channel, LA County Sheriff's Department YouTube channel, also down below. All right, well, that's about all I had to say. I just wanted to come on here, defend Chilito, because it's unfair to attack him for a hyperbolic YouTube video title. And also because maybe now I will get the 1,000 views I was promised for posting a video about Jose Maria DeCastro. Will I get my 1,000 views now? Huh? Can I, please? This may or may not be the last time I talk about Mr. DeCastro. I think he'll come up every so often throughout the month of October, because by the end of this month, hopefully I will know whether I want to continue screwing around on YouTube or not. I'm currently at 33 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. As I've said, if I get to 45, I'll get another hat. So there'll be some variations in this. And yeah, you'll notice that when I'm sitting in front of the camera, I'm kind of wearing the same shirt, the same jacket. Well, one of two shirts and the same jacket. Yeah, that's my YouTube costume. Well, that, and I only own one set of clothes. I might as well be honest about it. But it's mostly my YouTube costume. But yeah, I'll get a second hat if I get to 45 subscribers. And by the end of October, I'll be done with these daily broadcasts, the 31 Nights of Halloween broadcasts, which this one is not. This is just me chatting about Chilito. So I'll probably come back later tonight, make up for the disaster from last night. Yeah, that was a major... yeah. I tried to learn more about the software, and it did not go well. Or learn more about how to do slightly more elaborate things, and that did not go well. So if by the end of the month, I'm going to continue with YouTube, that's when I will revisit the whole, how does this StreamYard stuff work? How does this work? How does that work? Right now, it's just going to be the webcam and me chatting here with bad lighting. Although it's not as bad as it was, it still needs to be a lot better. But on that note, I'm going to wrap this up, eat some dinner. Hopefully you'll have some dinner or breakfast or whatever there is to eat when you watch this, if you ever watch this. Meanwhile, check out the other channels below. Make up your own mind about these First Amendment auditor people, First Amendment auditor people, and Mr. DeCastro and all that crew out there. And yeah, go to Irish Demon's channel as well. I didn't link to anything SVG does, so I've never been to look at his channel, and without sort of having at least a vague understanding beyond what I'm seeing on Irish Demons excerpts or replay of that stream, I'm not going to bother linking to it. But I'm sure if you type in SVG First Amendment Auditor into the search bar, you'll find him. Meanwhile, I got to go feed my fat face. I'll probably be back around shortly before midnight Pacific time today. And I think I'm going to talk about comic book zombies. Comic book zombies, yes. Maybe I'll see you then. And click one button, click another button, and we are out.